Tian is what catch UEFA for and say near my BC be a Vinicius Neshas here. Or the Vinicius and Indian or Kenzo Abotia.
These guys, players there, doing trust to Mungosi.
I must say, they were catch or see Vinicius and the can shas here. The ABOU or see Vinicius fairness, or say Abotia or Yadawaba with the Patitia.
No, still lie, ma. Now they know, yeah, no, in a way, Rebecca said, in football, even a red card. Because football himself, even the referee and your father, man, retaliate a red card. So then 7 hours can, even if still, you have some punishment, but you not punishment because when you start yeah, so report to the appropriate court, they said, or no, yeah. So I think that UEFA the final say, or when the word on the bar, but it's good he wants to clear his name and whatever. So I think it's a good one. You see, special one I hear Juma on I hear laments near the other.
What's the difference between Abi say Udu be color Edinatem? Then I'm using Madrid game no na Rudiger so free. So I'm Madrid small boy over tournament. Victor Munoz, often orange hair. Yeah, often 6 times.
Yeah,
why was that one Harvard for the boy? Hey, orange hair. Oh, I do all say, hey, orange hair. Abu when in a translator, there was a in a form like every workers and a Rudiger in Madrid in a
jovial way.
No.
In a jovial way.
Not even about say, Obine Brunina, Habi, or teacher, or hey, black man, Capocaso.
Black man is not an insult. When I tell you black man, so what? Because the tallest could give you mean what them. But when you say it's a monkey,
from fully.
No, that be what?
That you do from fully.
No, from fully no, but no, Emma, but Sir Okasa will be a black man. I say, but when you say, or a monkey, and they ask them. So, yeah, no, Casa Vinicius in the cartoon to my camera said Vinicius baby, but also monkey.
Nakawa overboard. So,
what I say? I want to know.
Somebody can catch us 7 days, races 7 days, or me stands for 100 that, you know. A bass and 7 I mean to me, and Kikabi, but Unia, a year, Lamen as a one performance yesterday was a good one. Because of the kind of commanding figure, the Manchester United were since Van der Sar time, I've never seen a goalkeeper in Manchester United shirt our commanding area. Said the Unia and Rano. Even David here that no that Manchester United no. One of none shortcomings and as any weaknesses was area balls. In the aside the go no over die no, and I'm not in any way comparing Lamens to Abrante and David here. But in terms of area commanding there. Yesterday, performance no near done, it was superb. Over 35 crosses, no. Now she hawa usibaye in a juma over family now punch other four no to safety. That is to tell you the kind of a juma. Oh yeah. And after the game, Osho Uriah friend David Moore is in some of when he was describing him as brilliant and Uriah friend Carrick so chair say he was exemplary. That is to tell you the kind of performance and if he is to continue, maybe if you look at him, that was the 3rd clean sheet in 6 games for Carrick. He kept only 2 clean sheets in 16 games for Ryan friend Ruben Amorim. So that is to tell you a vast improvement and about in Manchester United team. But for Biano, yesterday was one of the busiest days for Abrante friend Casemiro. He also did the job to perfection. And that is to tell you the kind of a Juma Uriah friend Michael Carrick airball. It's not early days yet. I've seen Roy Kimu Nadine Komose. That is not a new manager bounce. And that is exactly what is happening. If you look at Carrick Jumana Oyena, you can't term it at a year new manager bounce. New manager bounce, when you see players are not more performing than that. Performing when manager and bar. It get to a point in time now hit a rock. No move back to a grand zero. But if you look at him, Players that no munya been bompo no munya be bono, he's improved them. One of the trainer the berada, made a park coach carrying to 3 hours and got to go was, or pride in home as a developer. But player Ben what developing was and got to go team him. But if you look at the Ura Ibaya, if you cannot see anything about him, you could talk of Oyekobi Menu. You could talk of the improvement we've seen in Casimiro. You could talk of Abrante Benjamin Sesko performance. You've seen the improvement whatever Manchester United at all. So you can't term it as a new manager bounce. He's really doing a good job for Team Manchester United. And said Americano, your managers be why you talk about them. And Babiaunia Ginano, Ojina Babia, and Shadam favor in favor in the sense that Manchester United and Yawibida. Everton Hag by Olegun associate by he came as an interim, did the job and on the man. Nobody can tell me say Ole was a bad manager in the 2.5 years or so deal with Manchester United. They felt probably they wanted someone to bet winning trophy in their mouth. So they needed to go and bring in another manager. Though now results now and Shada and Koye already. But if you look at performance that he is giving, since or by Manchester United, when your point will be out. Since or joining Manchester United, when your point change will be out, and he's giving Manchester United supporters no hope again. He's giving them reason to believe, say, mathematically, they can even win the Premier League. That is to a move. So that is to tell you the kind of job friend Michael Carrick here. Now I'm happy. Or they or more doubting the crown. Man said Roy Kine come because personal issue to Roy Kine that. So for him to say, when you new manager bounce and other people, is to tell you, say, they've done mistakes being Manchester United team. But I'm not sure, say, if they appoint Carrick as their manager, is going to be one of those mistakes or more. He's really doing well. We need to watch him again, Kakra, the improvement he's giving players. Benjamin Sesko, I think in the last games and Carrick, was just a 5 goals as a saying. That is how you assess a player. And he's brought back that Manchester United DNA. Manchester United DNA near then. That fast break and a quick attacking football now Manchester United. And so Ebono. In the game against Manchester City, they scored a goal that was that same counter-attacking football and against Fulham United that won them the game. The same thing that we go was similar to a counter-attacking play. And look at the no go no mushano. The man who say so video now the special 1 year say video ni baby na wo sha pass no free kunya ho call mbwemu ho no baby na Benjamin Sesko gina no enye a position that you can say a player will run that distance to go and finish the game. And Goku, when you cover that distance as a striker, udru box mupe, one way you'll be tired and you may be under a lot of pressure to finish the game. But when he run into the box, you could see the calmness. You could see how he relaxed to make sure what the ball net to net him. So he's improved players of Manchester United. Maka, a merry-go-round now no person more. So they want to go bring in managers near that. But if you look at managers are available, you will not get Pep Guardiola. Manchester United will not get Pep Guardiola. Manchester United will not get Ancelotti. Manchester United will not get Diego Simeone. Jose Mourinho. Manchester United will not go in for Jose Mourinho. Look at Uriel Antonio Conte. He is a hit man. 1 season, 2 seasons, no hit. And you be a Manchester United here now. So they will not go in for Urano. So you'll be talking about people like Eddie Howe Mo, Gary Southgate Mo. You'll be talking of Stuttgart coach, Holiness as you talk about him and those managers. Enzo Maresca is gradually going to the other side of Manchester. So it's a now. Alonso is a digital manager. Will Alonso come to team and friend Manchester United now? A business no yet, but for where I sit, I don't see it happening. So I think if Sauver Sanomani na then your man Carrick, though he needs to prove more. So Benjamin Manchester United because he's an inexperienced manager. And in recent times, that inexperienced manager is not Mabano or MON-FRI results number. But I think he's doing a good job. And if Manchester United appoint him, they will not be doing anything bad. But for man appointing him, he is going to get a good job to with what he's doing at Manchester United. And I think that is something that is interesting to know. Kwaku?
God, but Champions League in Omo here, you say, Ababa Biramu Santiago Bernabeu. And the Madrid is you can use in few. Oba ya de party. We are Christiani. As you see the anomaly kind about Christiani, no Abibo Quaqua Kutrini. And the chairman on a name is a camera singing now on Sonia Dia.
Nazel.
At the or no, not one using so dear. No one say no son of Bibia did them come pa. The you say no baby bia or war history can see a power. Now, the new shows and there is a ball. Habiba will be jabonten. I was a UEFA La Liga so the release Biaba. Then I know call or Sasuna for no. Is it 32nd is never more case Vinicius Ubu. And it was almost on my lunch investigation or more SSR than a course. So, Agu, and only as who critinia maybe my Zeba Bio could be a Uno.
But we wonder.
So, we in a generation or Bonnebo.
And no, I have one. Because he will never win that battle.
He can't win the fight.
He will never win that battle.
You
You are one against Omo. Even if a player is not supporting Wagu, 11 or even 20 players supporting you against Omo. And Goku, football, no, the almost say, Obiawo do the results. So when you are playing against a team that on him say, oh, and now you play out how but they know a weakness or they've noticed a weakness in your play, they will definitely hit there. Even when coaches sit down to draw their tactical plan, you are close to coaches and ask them. They see players that they feel say they can use that players or more weakness to win against opponents.
Provoke you.
And that is the weakness in the game. So the supporters will even come out when coaches are planning to use Vinicius Junior's weakness to make sure say perform, because when he's not performing, Real Madrid team by BIM say disadvantageous position. So they will come at you. Even coaches will use he's a player that when you frustrate him, he can't play. So make sure that you go into the game and frustrate him so that he will not be able to play. The supporters too will come and know, say, you are the darling boy and you are probably the most informed player for Real Madrid. So we need to also come at you, frustrate you so that you can play. And when you are not playing, we stand the best of chance to win the game. No? So it will be in his own interest. So be just I'm not in any way supporting the supporters, but they are definitely going to use it against you. May caught into a con, naminim the weakness in the opponent. I will definitely use that weakness in winning. So why do he think that he always going to report? He's always going to get that idea and go for it to Zemra. He needs to focus on the play. No, that is the most important thing. He will never win this battle. We got here. UEFA power, Oma, and answer the governing bodies for football. That would be something that it will go against him. Coaches will even use that. Supporters will use that. So he needs to forget about it and make sure say football that would be the best thing obey me. But whom am I? A darling boy and a star boy that when is Ghanaian Nadiadi. That is something that Ojidi is ABOU. He's staging a fight that probably he thinks obey me winning. But from where I sit, I don't see him winning. So he should forget about it and make sure say here Juman and so team that Kwaku me time and ask one now. Kwaku, there is something that team of any Chelsea. With a rancher friend of Moises Caicedo.
Champions League
Kwaku Champions League match no.
About Champions.
No, that's a match, baby. The only match more day in Inter Milan neighborhood great. Because probably they want to come and turn it.
Now I read come out the match and everything. I'll call you come free.
Diago Simone season winning in recent times. Watch us all except you the fragile or powerful. So you can't trust him.
Now Champions League match on a man.
Kwaku
Chelsea the M's on no way no Bobby. Man United they're on boy European.
Manchester United born now or born. Didn't you near Brady who you're counting? They are playing to qualify for the Champions League. When Manchester United is playing the Champions League, I beg something. Kwaku, we games here away. Why do we come here and probably we may spend a lot of time on the foreign news? Kwaku, match is here away.
Interbodo Grant, a big game.
Kwaku, we. That match here away. I'm telling you today, Inter is out of the Champions League.
How?
Kwaku, Italy football and Dafomo.
I have a different feeling today.
When I talk about Italy football,
Yeah, I see something like that.
me di Italy football no koma. It makes me sad more. The Indian say I've watched Italian football. I've felt in love with Italian football. And now what I'm seeing, Kwaku, I don't see anything that is so interesting about Italian football. I don't see anything. Kwaku, this is Inter Milan that or dominate you. Kwaku, in recent times, where teams are dominate you or Italy now. Kwaku, Obia dominate you in the no Barbontia, then obey. But the Champions League, you know, or something they call. What is left of Italian football? AC Milan more dominating. Then this year, 2007, and AC Milan J a year Champions League, and now Inter Milan by J 2010. Since then, Juventus are co-finance me, Inter Milan co-finance me. Then I see. So the Champions League, you know, for Italian clubs, no, and so I'm co-finance as well. A bro, sometimes I the last one credit was embarrassing. Say, offer Juventus DNA against Barcelona. That was a peaked Barcelona. So you may not blame them that much. They played another one against Real Madrid. That was against Real Madrid side. Not performance no was wrong. Check Inter Milan. Against Manchester City on Yibida. They won. Against Paris Saint-Germain on Yibida. They won. So Italian football Kwaku, a boom could a part. So to talk about Inter Milan, no. Kwaku, me I see is still Inter won't qualify. That one is something that be a and so tomorrow. For your Atletico Madrid now do a more common. When Diego Simeone decides to be the Diego Simeone that we've known in recent times, he may be out of the Champions League. But if he decides to be that manager that ABOU, what changing on my back, that is how it be Tifako. Kwaku, Senka match we was ABOU 1 and now ABOU 2-1 and now Oba give me more. You want to wear that Diego Simeone shirt, which is the defensive shirt, want to guide against Bibia and qualify. But in this game, that Oba boy. So while Shegua say a penalties, that is why I don't trust him. When it comes to the team, no air fluid, the team no air ball champagne football. I don't trust him. He's one of the coaches. So much me on a squad in my own. Or a lot of quality attackers when the team in Mupau. Our quality attacking players when the team in Mupau. But always, what do we see of Atletico Madrid? What do we see? Then say no conjure magic against Barcelona and 9 and keep it clean sheet. That one is see once in a blue moon. Obetimia to us one. Even with that 4-0, no, who would because I would say, Mammy, chances of all qualifier, still our doubt. So that is the kind of team I tell you. Give me the Champions League needed or China as a more. Oh, there be.
Have you ever Atletico Madrid win over Bodo Glimt? I think that